Today, I'll be reacting to 7 reasons Americans love life in Poland. I honestly don't know much about Poland, and this is my first Poland reaction. And this is recommended by one of you guys, so I really appreciate that. So let's get into this.
Dzień dobry, cześć. And in today's video, we're going to provide you with 7 reasons Americans love life in Poland. And the way that we'll do this is we'll show you visuals from
The
different
old
walking
town.
tours that I've done in this lovely country
Oh my
and talk a little
gosh.
bit about why
Whoa.
people from the United States would come to Poland and decide to live here. Now, many videos that you see about life in Poland as an American often tell this story of someone who maybe came to teach English and unexpectedly
Yeah.
fell in love with the country, or somebody who has Polish
It's very
roots.
peaceful in
But
there.
my story is quite different. I have been coming to Poland for about 10 years now. I have
Wow, it's a
no
long time.
background connected to, as far as my ancestors, to Poland, but it is a country that has truly taken my heart, and I have no plans on leaving if you'll have me. So, without further ado, here are 7 reasons why Americans love life in Poland. Number 1 is safety.
Safety.
Now, I can remember when I was discussing the differences between life in Poland and America, and I was talking to my girlfriend about how many Americans understandably see life there as very dangerous. Now, the obvious assumption is that that is limited only to weaponry, we'll call it, because we
Oh
don't want this
yeah?
video to get flagged. But life
That's
in
true.
America, even walking down the street, can feel very intense,
This is
and
true.
you need to use a
Very
lot of your
true.
attention in order to focus on getting through your day if you're not in a car driving around, which we'll cover in a later step. Just to put a fine point on it, to show my girlfriend exactly what I mean, and my girlfriend is from Poland, I looked up the rankings of the safest countries in the world and the most dangerous countries. Now, in America, we rank in the top
Wow.
roughly 30. Poland is about 100
25.
countries lower, ranking in about 130 out of what, roughly 200. So
Very
life in
crazy.
Poland for an American is just much safer, calmer, and less overwhelming. Sometimes you just want to get through your day, get to work, or hang out with your friends, and you won't have to think about your safety all the time.
Yeah, that's so
It's a very
nice.
peaceful feeling at times. Which brings us to the second.
Yeah, that is something that everyone wants. Like, I want to move to a country where I can feel safe. Safe going out, like not being shot while walking in the street, you know, or being robbed, stabbed. Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, this is really nice. I kind of heard about Poland, but I really don't know much about it. So it's good watching this kind of video because I'm learning.
Second reason Americans love life in Poland, and that is Polish people tend to mind their business.
That's good.
Right? You know this expression, mind your business. It means not be so interested in what strangers are doing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that still to this day I enjoy about day to day life in Poland is the fact that when I walk down the street or when I handle my business at a co working, people are not always looking at what I'm doing
That's
or
good. I don't
trying to
like that
always have
too.
eye contact or always engage with me about my day. Now, this extends to somewhat the larger Slavic world, where the stereotype would be that Slavic people or Polish people are cold and unemotional, but I would disagree highly. When you get to know Polish people, they're some of the warmest, most giving people in the world, but a random stranger in the street, their life is their life, and my life is
That's
my
true.
life. And that is a
Mm-hmm.
mentality that I found Polish people really exhibit And I personally, as an introvert, really like that. And I think most Americans, even though we are known as being friendly, which is a great thing, and outgoing, and many people like that about us, understandably, but on a day to day existence, you just kind of want to be left alone. Third reason Americans love life in Poland is
That's
the old
true.
country feeling. And when I say the old
Ah,
country, that's an expression that Americans
historic.
sometimes use to represent their original country of ancestry, the country that their ancestors come from. And many Americans either go back to that country. So, as you can imagine, the United States has a lot of people of European descent. So they might go back to the old
It's
country,
so
Germany,
pretty in
Italy,
there.
France, Spain, during the summers. I'm an American whose family is really descended going back to even before the founding of the country in the United States. However, for Americans like myself, the South, the American South, is like the old country. So I still relate to that feeling while not having a specific European country that I've gone back to as a kid. Poland reminds many Americans of going back to the old country and eating your
Really?
grandma's homemade food that only she knows how to
Yum.
make, which of course many Poles understand quite overtly because stereotype is my mom or my grandmother makes the best pierogi, kompot, etc. The old country feeling is something that many Americans can relate to. Number four reason Americans love life
I
in
totally
Poland
get
is
that.
here they work to live, not
That
live to
is,
work. Now, when I
that is
say work to
nice.
live and not live to work, in the United States, your career comes first. And we'll cover this in
Yep.
another step as well. Not
Mm-hmm.
always, not all Americans, but honestly, most Americans. Their job and how significant they feel in their day to day work is the highest priority for them. And
This
whether
is
or
so
not they
true.
would admit it, I think most Americans would trade a high paying, feeling like they're the boss job over having a good life and traveling the world. Americans are not a very relaxed people. And that comes a lot from the way that they prioritize work over life. This is why you might have heard the expression work life balance, and it's a very big concern for many Americans, while most Americans are frankly not actually pursuing a good work life balance. Which brings us to reason number.
Yeah, this is something nice where you want to move and you can have a life, not just work. Like for me, I would definitely love to travel more and maybe just set aside the house and career next time. But I don't know. Sometimes I would be wondering what if I have a nice job, a nice house, but then I can't travel if I do that because I have to focus on those two main stuff that most American have. But for me, I think I would want to move to a country where I can have a work life balance and travel around the world while making a living that is nicer. I don't want to just be like Americans, like the normal Americans where they just go to work, go home, and then repeat. You can't travel because you can only have 10 days leave in a year, which suck. So yeah, this
Five
is nice.
Americans love life in Poland, and that is family and friends here are a bigger priority than their career. One way to put this
That's
is face to
nice.
face interaction in Poland still has that, let's call it pre internet energy. My
Ooh,
girlfriend, when she hangs out with her friends, she puts her phone in her purse and she pays attention to the friend and has a chat. And there's not a million Instagram lives going on. Or if you're going a little bit older, dinner with a bunch of Americans can often be interrupted by taking a work call, even if
phones.
it's 8 or 9 p.m. Or holidays in the United States can often be simply sitting in front of the TV after a big meal, and people can't wait to get back to their internet life or their job. despite it being a holiday or a vacation. So,
That's
life in
nice.
Poland
Yeah.
is more of a close knit, um, connected way of seeing day to day life. And I think a lot of Americans find that refreshing. Speaking of closeness,
Definitely.
reason number six Americans love life in Poland is the closeness of the cities. It's very
Oh,
easy to get from
interesting.
Wrocław to Poznan, it's under 2 hours. To get from
Whoa, really?
Łódź to Warsaw, Warszawa. To get from Krakow to Zakopane,
I
from
gotta check the city out.
Warszawa to Krakow, and so on. The train system, despite many complaints that I'm sure we all have about intercity at times, whether it's being late or whatever, the train system runs to major hubs that you can see quickly over the course of a weekend. And frankly, if somebody was really trying, they could see almost all of the major cities in Poland in a week or two. Very
Nice.
different than the United States, where
Yep.
from New York to Los Angeles is a 4, 5, 6 hour flight. To drive from New York
Too
to Los
long.
Angeles would take 2 or 3 days, and that's moving somewhat quick. To drive from New York to Miami would take a day. To drive from Miami to Chicago would take two days. So things are far, and you've got to make a
Yeah.
big priority in order to see all of America's cities. And last, I would
Yeah, that is really nice. I could definitely go around like in just a month maybe if that's how close city. I love going out places and I like exploring new things, so this is definitely nice to go or visit Poland. It looks really nice in there. It looks peaceful and really beautiful.
be remiss without discussing economics. Obviously, the
Oh,
United States, the American US dollar is quote unquote very strong. The recording of this, obviously, there's a lot of inflation around the world, but we all know
yep.
that the United States as an economic power has a lot of benefits, and a lot of Americans don't admit that they are very lucky and privileged to have been born in a country with a relative to a lot of other countries, a country with economic stability. And so when Americans come here and they say everything is so cheap, they're often not realizing, well, it's not cheap for Polish folks. And so uh, I'm giving this reason because this is an important thing you'll hear from Americans or why Americans come here, but also with the understanding that Americans need
Ooh,
to recognize how lucky they are to have been
that's
born in a
true.
country that has such economic might that other places, like the lovely country of Poland, don't have some of those economic benefits currently for its citizens. Although Poland's life and
I'm sure it's
investments
still
and economic
expensive,
success
right?
is growing
It's in
every
Europe.
year. And it even makes Americans want to stay here more because they begin to see a thriving and growing country. So that is 7 reasons Americans.
That was a really good video, and I love how we explain it. It's really nice to learn something new, like new country, and what's the things I would love to do in that country. And Poland seems to be a wonderful country. I want to make more video about it so I can learn more and maybe I could go there one day. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe and comment down below what else should I react to. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.